had frosting. I sucked. I was rushing to get here.
Oh, are we live?
Oh, hey.
Okay, so yes, I get it. I know we're late, but when you get 3 creative minds in a room and they haven't seen each other for 2 weeks, yeah, a lot of juices get to flow in, ideas get to pop in. So yeah.
But you know what? It's my grandson's birthday. This is his little face. So I had his birthday party today. So that's another reason. But we here. It's your girl Portia
and Karina.
We are here. We are here to bring it to you. We are. So yeah, we gonna dive in and just get it going. Just get it going. So we always start off our podcast with what is the last thing that you watched. I actually watched 2 things. How many did you watch?
I watched 2 things too, but the last one, yeah.
Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first. I'll let you go first.
Well, the first one that I watched, I really have been dying to see, and I finally saw was A Quiet Place 2.
Seen that, yeah.
I really love the first one. Mm-hmm. I love the first one a lot. And with the whole it getting pushed back because of COVID, I was like, dang, it really needs to come out.
Right.
So I finally saw it, and I'm surprised that it was packed for that showing. But it had everything. When the trailer came out right away, it was action packed. Mm-hmm. So from beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, it was full of action. But I didn't like how the movie ended.
No.
Because I'm like, what the fuck, is there going to be another one?
Right.
Like, I stopped, like, can we, yeah, it's a good movie, keep it going, but dang. Like,
it felt like they ran out of, like, if this was back in the day where they used film.
Yes.
It felt like they just ran out of film.
I was left with so many questions, and I feel like they didn't even answer all of the questions that I had. And I was like, but it was really, it was good. I would say if you like action, if you like aliens, if you like, thrill and adventure and all jump scares, because it was a bunch of jump scares because it was showing us a lot of the view from the deaf girl's perspective. So every now and then these noises would just come out of nowhere and got me a few times. So, I was like, but I highly recommend it. I thought it was really good. It was just the ending left me like what the ending. The ending couldn't have been better.
The ending to me ruined it for me.
It did.
Like,
so now we gotta wait like what, another 4 years for another one?
If they even do another one, because all the movies get sequels or shows keep going based off of views, and I don't know.
So they left me in the dark, but I still thought it was really good. And another movie I watched it last night on my favorite Hulu. It's called The Gracefield Effect. And I watched the trailer, and this movie had everything that I love in a movie, which is the movie was filmed, or we saw the movie from their perspective, a behind the camera perspective. I love that
point of view.
Yes, and it had aliens. Love aliens.
Whose point of view? Was it the killer or the people?
So
like the characters?
The weird thing about it was, so when the movie first came on, it was action right away.
Okay.
And what happened was, this is a spoiler alert for you guys, but it's part of the movie. So in the beginning of the movie, they were on their way to a doctor's appointment because the guy's wife was pregnant.
Okay.
And as they were talking to each other, being excited about finding out the gender of their baby, they get hit by a truck, and the guy's eye falls out.
Jesus.
And it's all bloody. And I like that we actually get to see that, because a lot of the times they don't show that. So I was like, damn, because it's like, the fuck? So he's trying to he's grabbing onto his eye and everything. So then it cuts to 10 months later.
Okay.
And they're going on a getaway with a bunch of other couples.
And this man is, clearly he's still blind, right?
So the guy has one eye, one good eye, and then he has like a false eye. So what we see him making which is in the trailer, so it's not like you're gonna miss anything, because even if you don't watch it, you still see this part in the trailer.
Okay.
But what they're showing in the trailer and what he's doing is he's creating a camera behind his false eye.
That is a true story. You know that, right?
It did say based on true
there's
events.
There's a real guy that he's doing that.
When the movie came on, it said based on actual events. And that's another thing that I like. I love movies that are based on actual events. I love movies that are based on the person's point of view. And it had fucking aliens. So it was like everything. So he's creating this camera behind his false eye. So nobody knows that he has this camera in his eye as he's picking up people to go to this cabin. But his best friend happened to be a photographer who just bought a camera. So
when a camera is like an eye.
Yeah. So we're watching point of views from the guy's camera, actual camera, and the guy's eyeball.
Okay.
And so we were getting like different views.
Little found footage.
Yeah, because it was like both of that. But like it was just great because they're partying, they're having a good time, they're drinking, and then all of a sudden they see this huge bright light in the sky, and it happens because, let me backtrack, y'all, because this movie was everything to me. Before they left to go to this cabin, the news was broadcasting that a satellite had crashed in space. And they don't know what happened, if something had interfered with the satellite or if the satellite got into some type of an accident. They really didn't want to put anything extraterrestrial in the news.
Okay.
But you're kind of wondering, like, what happened to the satellite? So they were warning people that pieces of the satellite may be falling to Earth. So now we're going back to the cabin. They're partying. They see this bright light. All of a sudden, it's like something fast and hot comes flying towards them, and they're thinking it's a piece of the satellite. So they want to go and investigate.
I was going to say, you better run.
In the woods with the flashlight. They get into the woods, and it's fucking aliens.
That would kind of be tight, though.
It was like, give it to me, because I was excited. I love aliens.
Me too.
So they were like running and hiding from this alien because...
Oh, they were hostile aliens?
No, what happened was they found a piece of this. I don't even know what the fuck it was, but they took it. And of course, me watching all the movies that I watch, I'm like, just leave it there.
Right.
Why are you taking it? You don't even know what that is.
Because you know how we are. We have to, let me get an artifact.
Why do you want, and why do you think the aliens are chasing you? Because you just took, I don't even know what the fuck you took. So the rest of the movie is, it was almost like these weird, it was almost like paranormal kind of things that were going on in the house. But it was the aliens that were doing this weird stuff in the house, and they were getting snatched up, and they were like getting attacked, and like how they filmed this entire movie was the shit to me. It was never boring, and I don't know why, but it seemed like the movie was really long, maybe like an hour 45.
Okay.
Or something like that, just longer than your average movie. But it wasn't like it was like boring because it just kept going. The ending of the movie, however, you guys, I must say, was just real weak. It got real like Disney Plus
what
at the end.
Like, okay, what do you mean by that? Like, was it a lot of CGI? Like,
so while they were being attacked by this alien, all us the viewers really saw were alien hands grabbing people.
Okay.
And we would see like the outline of the alien when they were watching back on their footage to be like, dude, what the hell was that? What was that? And, like trying to figure out what that was, because they were like, is that a fucking alien? So all we really saw was like the outline of this creature standing up on legs, and then we would see these long hands grabbing people. So we never saw like the whole thing. So the end of the movie, we see the alien like comes out of this cornfield because the guy had that piece of rock that they took.
Oh, give it back.
And the alien comes out of the cornfield, and there's UFO lights are shining down, and as the alien's walking, I'm like, the fuck? Because it's like, I almost felt bad for the alien because it looked so sad, and it looked so just, I felt bad, like how it, like the facial expression, and so it showed like the entire alien, I guess I would say. So the aliens like come in and like grab this rock. Here's another spoiler alert, you guys. The rock happens to be an egg.
So it was their offspring that they were chasing.
Yeah, so it cracks the rock open. It pulls out this baby alien that's in the rock.
How did it know it was ready? It just cracked it open?
Yeah, and so that's where it got like a little Disney Plus for me because it was like music.
Land Before Time.
Yeah, and this whole...
Mufasa.
Oh, my baby. And then all of a sudden it disappears into the light with its baby and flies and goes into the UFO and the UFO flies off.
Okay, so what the fuck was the point of them coming here in the first place?
I don't even...
They wanted to give birth on Earth?
I think they accidentally got here. That has something to do with that crash with the satellite.
Okay, because I'm like, what was the point of even coming?
Yeah, because something happened with the satellite, and I think they accidentally fell to Earth. I guess it's almost like I want to say maybe like an accident or something like that. So they got here by accident, dropped the baby, and attacked these humans, and then they went back to space.
Yeah.
But it was good though.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong. It was real. If you love aliens, if you love alien movies, if you like the whole watching movies from a perspective point of view, the whole like found footage type of a movie,
I like that.
I would say this was worth the watch. And plus it's free because it was on Hulu. So
if you're subscribed.
If you have Hulu, that is.
But I heard Hulu is actually offering 6 months for free. No sponsor, but I'm just saying if you guys want to get Hulu.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of feel like at this point everybody has Hulu. I feel like if you have Netflix, I kind of feel like you have Hulu.
Speaking of Hulu, have you watched American Horror Stories yet?
No, and you know what was funny? Because when I saw it watching the movie, I was like, I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, "Is that the real one?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like the real one, the new one that just came out.
Murder House.
Like, I'm talking like the newest one. That's not the newest one.
No, that's not. That's the series that they're doing where it's going to be like shorts every week.
Oh, that's what that one is.
That's what that is.
Okay, no, I have not.
And it's officially just on like it's like a Hulu / FX production.
I did see that. So yeah, I'll have to give that a watch. But those are the most two recent movies that I watched, and I thought they were both good. I give them both thumbs up. They were great. So I highly recommend them both.
So far, though, okay, I will say this for American Horror Stories. I'm giving it like a 2-star.
Really?
I'm not going to spoil, but you'll just have to see for yourself what I'm talking about.
As far as the series.
Yes, the series. I'm not really digging it.
Is it like, okay, so I heard about the series, but is it the same people from the actual American Horror Stories, or are these different actors?
They're not really using our main people.
Okay.
And like my thing is this, if you're going to revisit Murder House, you have to have the Murder House ghosts from the original. I don't know who these new anyways. It's giving me Scream Queens, like when Glee tried to do Scream Queens.
Yes.
It's giving me too Glee-ish. It's not my I don't know. I'm trying though. I'm hoping like the next. There's been 3 episodes so far.
Okay, and it's all on there, right? It's not like how some series come to like Netflix and Hulu, but you have to go back every week and watch. Is the whole entire...
No, the whole catalog is not on there yet. So they come out, I believe, every Wednesday.
I was wondering if
so
it was
there's
like that.
3. The first 2 are part 1, part 2. Also, Michael Jackson's daughter's in the first one.
I did see that. So she's in this one.
Yes, I'm sorry, but that is not his daughter. She is white.
She's
gorgeous.
Awesome.
Gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Gorgeous. But I'm like, how?
I need to see a DNA
because
test on that.
I'm sorry, how Michael Jackson was before
him and all them kids.
Vitiligo. If Paris was with a white woman, she would be like my complexion. She wouldn't be white. So
or something with the hair.
I don't know.
So I'm not because Michael hair wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Because we done seen it nappy. It was not that good.
But she did a great job in that.
She's a great actor. I think pretty. In the things that I've seen her in. She's done a really good job.
But yeah, I'm hoping it gets better as
I'm gonna have to
they drop.
Look in that. Okay. So what have you seen recently?
Okay, so my very first recently was last night. I did go see the new M. Night Shyamalan, whatever. M. Night
Shyamalan.
Old.
That's next.
And Tom just walked out. We had a preview for this movie, but he left the room. But I'm pretty sure most of you
on my list.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you, if you're into horror thrillers, you've seen the previews for Old. All I'm gonna say is, to me, don't waste your money to go see it, because The whole movie is literally the trailer.
Really?
Yes. And then one other thing I will say about it is, like, when events happen in the movie, you didn't see it.
Oh, see, I hate movies like that. I don't like to see.
I don't like to hear
something that happened and
it.
I can't see it.
Right. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I don't like that. That's why I liked with Gracefield, the fact when they got hit by the truck.
Yeah.
We actually saw
the
dude's
damage.
eye just like fell out. Like, show me
the damage.
Show me because I wasn't expecting that shit. I was like, damn, like blood everywhere. So you got to show me. Otherwise, I'm like,
gross me out. I want to see something.
What is it rated? Is it rated?
I feel like this movie was rated PG-13.
Oh, see, come on, Emma.
I don't know if it really is, but like I told my boyfriend, I'm like,
if you guys know what it's rated, just comment and let us know what it's rated, because I want to know what is. I totally forgot what old is rated. So
yeah, it's not worth it to me. You can definitely wait till it comes out on Amazon, Netflix, Hulu.
Oh, that's great. Maybe I'll do like a $5 Tuesday.
Yeah, like or $5 if you want to go see it for $5.
So
yeah, but was it worth going to go see on opening night? And I don't even like going to go see movies.
Was it crowded for it?
Yes.
Did people
and
walk
this
out?
dude, no, but this dude. So we got there a little bit late. Mm-hmm. Like the movie didn't even start yet though. Like it had just started when we got there. This little boy gonna put his food in the seat.
Your seat?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, whatever.
See, that's why I can't deal with
that's
opening night.
Yeah,
I need to wait. If it's a horror movie, because for some weird people love horror movies. So when a horror movie comes out at the movie theater, everybody is there, especially the kids. And
now, Candyman, I'm gonna have to be there.
I can't. Okay, I know. When I saw the preview and they had a date, I was like, oh my god,
I'm there.
She's gonna be there whenever them tickets become available. She's gonna be there.
I'm definitely there.
But if you guys don't know, we did post that because we've been talking about Candyman on like every single episode. Candyman is coming to theaters August 27th, so there's a date. There is a date. So if you
hopefully he does not renege.
The trailer looked really good.
Yes, I
because we really didn't see shit about the movie really too much. We just knew that
it looks like they're actually gonna go off the original Candyman. Like they're not. They're changing the script as to how Candyman became Candyman because. Back in the day, Candyman became Candyman because he fell in love with a white woman. The daddy found out, chased him down, smeared him with honey.
Right.
So this one, I guess, is going back to the urban legend, which is a true urban legend. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily putting, it's still an urban legend, but nobody was caught putting razors in. But somebody, however, was caught poisoning candy. And the person that was poisoning the candy actually poisoned his own son or stepson. And he died, and that's how he got caught. So, yeah. Yeah, and he was white. He wasn't black.
There's a date, so I'm looking very forward to finally seeing this movie that's been long anticipated and long awaiting. So
since last summer, damn near.
I really hope that I just don't want to be let down because we've been waiting so long for this.
If Jordan Peele,
I'm just so Speaking of Jordan Peele, I saw while I was scrolling through Facebook that he is putting together, and I was going to share it to our page, but a new series, it's like a horror series.
I know he's doing Twilight Zone though. Is that gonna?
This didn't say anything about Twilight Zone, but I don't know where this is going. It's supposed to be going on some streaming service, but it's he's putting together some new horror series, and it said that it was directed by Jordan Peele. I don't know when it's coming, when he's gonna start filming it. I have no idea. With how long it took Candyman, who knows? We may not get that until like probably next year or something. But
at least he takes his time. That's all I can really say about it. At least he actually takes his time putting stuff together. And
normally the wait is worth it with the Jordan Peele movies.
Yes, so
I'm looking forward to Candyman. I cannot wait. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, so don't waste your money on old. Just don't. I mean, M.
Night is weird anyways.
But even the ending, I'm like,
he be doing some weird stuff. It's almost like he be having these weird ass dreams.
It wasn't weird
and
though.
Wake
like
up and
there was
decide
nothing.
To
the concept, which we already knew about the concept from the previews, that ruined the surprise factor to me. Maybe he would have just been better off like not even giving that tad bit away, like just having like a quick, I don't know. I really don't know.
That's
I feel like the
crazy.
advertising ruined it. It really did. Like,
Yeah, because
I mean, it did its job because it made people go see it.
And there's a lot of movies where the trailer is the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they give you everything you need in the trailer.
Literally everything.
And then you go and see the movie, and it's like, well, what the hell? You know?
Yeah, I was like, okay, yep.
Because I was looking forward to that, you know, because there hasn't been a lot of scary horror, suspense, thriller type movies coming out.
Now I will say my second one was actually good, which I also have a preview for, but Tone's not in here. So no preview. I mean, if you guys have Netflix, I'm sure you've already seen like this pop up on Netflix, but it's called A Classic Horror Story. It's an Italy horror, in Italy. Oh my gosh, an Italian horror film.
Okay.
It does have the audio.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
are there what is it, subtitles, or is it like a voiceover?
No, it's a voiceover,
Okay.
which sometimes the voiceovers are a little cheesy, but this one actually wasn't that bad. Like, you
Okay.
know how some horror movies you'll be like, you know, I can't, because that's not how his.
Because I can't do a really
Right,
bad.
if I tried to watch
where
it,
the mouth be off. With
it's
the
not even that.
audio
It's the way the voice sounds. Like,
Oh.
if this character does not look like they would sound like that, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this one horror movie and they made, okay, I get the boy was a nerd, but they made his voice so high pitched and weird.
Oh,
It was like, hi, and he looked like he was about like 14. And I'm like,
Can't do that.
he's not a little kid. Why does his voice sound like this? So no, this movie didn't do that at all.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm starting to learn about myself when it comes to horror in my older, well, not older because I'm not old, but in my more mature adult years is I like shit with cults. I like shit with people in the woods and having their own like civilization.
So
and
what is like, because I did see it pop up because I went to Netflix before I went to Hulu last night, and it was like the very first thing I saw. It's trending really high.
It's good.
In the U.S. So what? I guess what I'm asking. So is it like a movie? Is it a trilogy,
it's
or
a
is it
movie.
like a?
It's a movie. It's called a classic horror movie. Basically, it takes place in like somewhere in Europe, obviously, because everybody's Italian. They're going on like this. There are a bunch of different backpackers kind of people together, basically just needing a ride to wherever this bus is going.
Okay.
I wasn't really paying attention at first, but I still understood what was going on because I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. But usually Italian horror movies don't fail because they're very gory and they go there.
Yeah,
so.
they do.
So this one did it. So basically, what happened was they got on this bus with this creepy dude. Already, while I'm watching it, I'm like, he's there's something about this guy. So because he's filming people on his phone talking about movies, and he's like, "What's your name? Where are you from? Give me a quick, blah blah blah." Like he's on YouTube or something.
Okay.
Like I'm documenting our trip. I just whatever. So already I'm like, so. It's a couple that they're getting married or they're going to a wedding, one or the other.
Okay.
There's a guy that's a doctor. He's single, but he looks like he's having a rough time. Our main character, final girl, I forgot what her name is. She is a little fragile looking thing. Kind of looks like, the mother of the dragons from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Very similar, very pretty. She finds out she's pregnant. So her mom in the beginning is blowing her phone up. I guess she's taking this little bus, whatever, camper to her mom.
Oh, to see her mom?
Because her mom's like, basically, look, you're knocked up. You don't need to have a baby. I set you up for an abortion. You're getting the abortion.
Oh, wow.
Hands down. So as she's on this phone call with her mom, we see a portrait of one of the saints, and they're clearly have been crucified. Because you see like the little red.
Oh, it's like that type of a picture.
We have some foreshadowing here because this is going to come back later in the film. So, we also the couple, like they're a little cute couple, but the boyfriend's kind of dumb. The doctor, like I said, he's going through some shit. We have the weird guy with the camera, and then we also, I think, is that it? Yeah, if there was another character, they must have not been in that important. So, so basically, the guy who is the tour guide, whatever, who's also filming people on his phone, he basically is driving really slow. So the couple has been drinking the whole ride, and like they're trying to get everybody geeked on the the trip, and they end up pulling over at a rest stop, and the boyfriend of the like little young couple, he's like, look, you're driving too slow, let me take over. And he's like, no, come on, my mom will kill me, da, da, da. Like, you can't drive, like, whatever, you've been drinking. And then they look at the doctor, and he's like, I don't have a license. So the guy's like, yeah, I get to drive. And the guy disagrees with him, so I'm like, something's weird. So they're driving at night. There's a deer that's planted in the street.
Oh,
and the guy is sitting next to like the like cool guy, whatever, driving. My thing is, okay, run the fucking deer over at this point. It's dead. He twists and they crash into a tree.
Oh, come on.
So now the trailer's messed up. Right. So immediately we cut to a scene where it's morning time, and they just now discovered that
so you missed the whole night. It didn't even show you
and the trailer is in a whole different location.
Oh.
It's outside. It's broke down. It can't move, but it's outside of this cabin, this weird cabin in the woods.
Oh,
so of course, what do our characters do? They go into the cabin. Well, before they go into the cabin, I forgot. The old guy and the tour guide, they're trying to go in the woods and find something. They come across this I don't even know what you would call this, a shrine to like these 3 tree-looking people, and there are 5 head pigs decapitated surrounding it. So immediately the tour guide
right there.
Right. Immediately the tour guide's like, yeah, we need to go. And he tells them about this legend that his grandmother used to tell him about, these gods that came down from a different planet, and they needed sacrifices. One needed eyes, other one needed a tongue, this one needed a heart, and the town had to sacrifice. Yeah. So already you're like, okay, time to go. So the tour guide basically said, we need to get the fuck up out of here.
Wait, when not to interrupt, but when was this? Like, what year is this filmed?
Now,
it's current.
Because YouTube is a thing, all that.
Okay.
So he has an iPhone that he's recording on, so it's recent.
Okay.
So they end up going back to the cabin. They start. It's nighttime. They start hearing these siren things like
animals.
No, a siren, like an actual siren going off in the woods with flashing red lights. So I'm like, okay, what woods has flashing red lights in it and just sirens going off? Right. I'm like, okay, is Siren Head coming? Because I'm like, is this a movie about Siren Head? And the things kind of look like Siren Head too, if you've ever heard of that urban legend that they've made up.
No, I haven't heard of
it's
that.
This thing, I would have to show you that later, because that's what I'm like.
I'm still trying to figure out, why is this movie called a classic horror movie?
Because when everything breaks down and they find the cabin, the tour guide's like, this reminds me of a classic horror movie.
Oh, so that's where it came from. Yes.
So to make a long story short, they basically find this girl in the cabin, because they end up going in there because the sirens are going off, and they're like, well, we don't know what the fuck's going on. Mm-hmm. They end up leaving the boyfriend in the trailer because his legs broke.
Oh my God.
So clearly he's our first victim. And when I tell you it got gory, they bring him into the cabin. Everybody is upstairs in the attic where they find this little girl with no tongue. And they're like,
oh my God. Already in the cabin before they even got in the cabin?
Yes, like she's like a sacrifice. So they're like, okay, we need to save her.
Like all the signs have been there, and they're still going for it.
Yep. So they're like, we need to save her, blah, blah, blah.
No,
so
you don't need to save her.
They get her out the thing, but the things drag, the 3 things drag him in.
So there's monsters?
They look like monsters. Yes, they look like trees with.
I
don't know.
There's a whole.
They look like trees. They drag him in. They basically use him as a human sacrifice. Take his eyes, tongues.
There's a bunch of. And do we see this?
Yes, we see it. We see it all.
Okay.
We see it all.
Now I wonder why it's
That's why I love Italian horror movies. Yes. So we see it all. They basically end up leaving the cabin. To make a long story short, the little girl goes with them. She can't talk, but the main character's like, where are we? What is this? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, she writes to her. She said, this is not a woods. So right there, that's your first clue. Something fishy's going on. So, well, not your first clue. I would say one of many. So basically, they end up capturing the other people. So I'm like, but they're hiding in the cabin at this point. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, first of all, how did they not hear them come in the cabin to snatch up these other people?
Right.
They were asleep right next to him. So I'm like, So the main character, they don't take her. She's standing. She opens the door trying to look for everybody. There's this huge cult standing outside. The people are up there. There's a statue.
Oh, yeah. This is just weird.
Yeah, it was a whole sacrifice about to go down. The dude from the car, from the tour guide, pulls her back into the building like, no, get back in here. And she's watching her friends get sacrificed and crying. And the guy's just like, don't look. But he's watching. She's crying on the floor, but he's like right there watching. So I'm like, he is a part of this shit.
Has to be.
So basically, we end up finding out he's a part of it. They capture her. I'm not going to give all the details of everything. Do
you think
I'm gonna tell you.
Do you think he lured those people?
Yeah, he definitely lured them there because, spoiler alert, this man is directing a snuff film to put on the dark web's version of Netflix. The cabin, the streets, everything had cameras in it.
What?
Like he's making a production, but with real people.
Oh wow, there's a whole lot. How long is this movie?
I think it's about an hour and 45 minutes. It's pretty long.
Okay.
But yeah, and it goes there. We find out the little girl with no tongue is in on it. She's actually his little sister.
What? Oh, this is crazy. Yeah. That is crazy.
So the only thing I did not like about this movie, well, I did like it because I did like the movie. The ending, we didn't know what happened to the character.
Oh, see.
She does escape. However, they ended up nailing her to a chair. They crucified her damn near. So that's where we see the foreshadowing in the beginning.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert if you don't want to hear this. The ending, she gets to a beach. Like, she actually escaped. The woods is a set for a horror movie. It's not a real woods.
That's where the person came in with this is not a woods.
Yeah, it's a set. It is woods, but it's not like
real woods.
Oh, we're lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Even though the people thought they were. She ends up there's this little fat boy in the woods with a swimming trunks on, and she was about to shoot him. She follows him. He goes through a fence, and we see that it's this set is on a military base. And so she is running. She's not running. She's walking to the ocean. Everybody on the beach is just pulling out their phones, filming her instead of helping her.
What?
She's bleeding from her hands. She's clearly beat up.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's just with their phones and she goes into the ocean and she's bleeding crazy out of her hands. She hugs her baby and then the movie goes off.
Oh my gosh. Really?
So I'm like, what the? Okay.
I hate horrible
So not
like
one
that.
person on the beach.
Yeah, that sounds weird. So do you recommend this movie?
Oh yeah. I thought it was great. Yeah.
I'll have to give it a try and see how this whole voiceover thing is going because I don't know, I really can't get jiggy with some of these voiceovers. So I'll have
these voiceovers were actually good.
Okay, I like it. There's been a few where there's been they're so good where you actually think it's that person's voice.
I had to actually like watch their mouths for a minute. I'm like, yeah, this is okay.
Yeah, I like the really good ones like that when their voiceovers are so good you think it's them. Okay, all right. So those are the movies that we recently watched. So if you want to give it a watch, by all means, give it a watch. We normally watch a lot of things, on things that are accessible to you guys because we want y'all to get in on the scare too. So yeah, give it a watch. So
yeah, I liked it.
So we're gonna go into our topic and show you guys some clips.
Well, two of my clips were
the movies that she watched. Well, we're gonna go into our topic.
Well, we didn't know where you went.
So our topic for our show is why the fuck do I keep don't get lost? I keep forgetting what the topic is
Don't
called.
get lost in horror.
Don't get lost in horror. So this was my take on our topic. Basically meaning, you know, something always happens, like the movie where she just watched, where, you know, people go into the woods and they stumble across something, and the something that they stumble across seems to lead them into something else, and it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Once you're lost, it's over.
Into some drama, into some shit. So basically, just don't get lost. So, you know, of course, we always have movies that we've watched that kind of, you know, correlate around our topic. So I have two movies that go around the topic. So the first movie that we're going to show, sorry, IG fam, y'all won't get to see these trailers, but you can look them up on YouTube. But the first one I want to show you guys is called Dead End. And it's an older movie, like early 2000s. I really like Dead End. So it's got, I forgot this lady's name, but I call her the lady with the jaws. She's a really good actress, that older woman who was in Insidious.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
She does have
with those jaws. I call her the woman with the jaws because I totally forgot her name.
Insidious. Also, she was in.
She's in a lot of like horror movies. She does a really good job. But this movie, Dead End, it's a family who is going on a vacation, and as they're driving on the road, they come across this woman dressed in white with a child, and they think that they want to help her, and there's people in the car saying, no, keep going, and then there's people in the car like, no, stop and see what she needs. So of course he's like, you know, wants to investigate. But why does he do that? So the investigation of this woman on the side of the road leads them into having car trouble, so the car doesn't start, which has them on this road, which causes them to go into the woods. And while they're in the woods, they come across like a house, and all this weird shit just keeps happening to this family throughout this movie. It's like occurrence after occurrence after occurrence, but they're trying to like survive. Things are happening to them. People are trying to attack them. They run into like some crazy people who's trying to kill them. So they have to get brave and bold, and they have to fight back and, you know, kill a few people if need be. But I liked this movie because it was full of like suspense. It had the thrills for me. It had the action. And of course it had me saying, what's wrong with you? The whole don't get lost. Like, why are you doing this? One thing leads into another, which leads into another. Like, don't go in there.
Just don't go in the woods.
It's always like,
or don't drive to the middle of nowhere.
The thing about, if I'm on a road, because it seems like this happens in all movies. If I'm driving on the road and I see a deer in the middle of the street, a woman, a person hitchhiking, a tree,
driving around it,
I'm gonna just stay in the car, and
I'm gonna call the police and pray for them.
Sorry, lady, sorry, hitchhiker, y'all just gonna have to be on the side of the road. I'm not stopping to help you because
it's a trap.
You're not killing me.
It's a trap or a ghost.
Yes, if there's a tree in the road, then I'm just gonna figure out how can I get around this tree. I'm gonna
just turn around.
I'm gonna bust a U-turn, and I'm just gonna go back. Like, every time somebody gets out of the vehicle on a dark road, or they turn off somewhere, some shit just happened, and I want to survive. But that's the first movie I liked it a lot. And the woman with the jaws, if y'all know who I'm talking about, she's such a good actress. And she's in a lot of horror movies. She does a really good job in this. So yeah, that was my first one. The second one that I'm going to talk about is called Mind Games. This is also like an early mid to 2000 movie. This one was really good as well. I highly enjoyed this one. It's got like a Saw type of twist to it. So it's a group of college kids who are going on a trip. Your whole typical setup. They're going on this weekend getaway at this cabin, because somebody always knows somebody with a goddamn cabin. So they're going to a cabin. As they're at this beautiful cabin, one of the guys decides to like investigate, sort of say, I'm going to take a look at the surroundings to see like what's around. So he comes across this cave, which happens to be like in the middle of the woods.
Right.
And he thought it'd just be a great idea to go investigate in this cave. So he calls.
You're not a caver.
He calls his buddies over and he's like, yeah, let's go investigate this cave. Look what the fuck I found, type of thing. So they go into this cave and they end up getting trapped because it was a setup. So there's like these little, almost like if you've seen Saw, you know how Saw, it's like a game for survival for you to like get out. So these kids get caught up in these traps, and to get out of these traps, they have to answer questions and play these games.
Yeah, I'm not going into
and
a cave.
use each other to get out of these traps. And if they don't escape these traps within a certain amount of time, then they die.
So it's like a real escape room.
Yeah, it's like a real escape room. So they die. And I like the fact that if you wouldn't have took your asses in the cave, then y'all wouldn't have.
I'm not going in a cave.
You would have never gotten yourself in this situation. So it's like, if something don't look right to me, then I'm just not going forward with it.
Not some random cave.
No,
like,
in the middle of the woods. I'm not doing it.
Not at nighttime either.
No, not doing it. But I liked it because, I love movies with a lot of action, a lot of suspense, a lot of like gore. I like that type of stuff. And this movie had that. It had all of that in there. I think I can watch this movie like over and over again because it's good.
What era is this? Because it looks like it's kind of older.
It was like early 2000s, probably like 2006, maybe 7. I know Dead End was 2003.
I feel like I've seen Dead
I
End
think
before.
Mind Games is like 2000.
I don't think I've seen either of these.
I think
movies.
Mind Games came after Dead End, so probably like 2004, 2005 maybe. Us being in 2021 is like, it's old now, but I think a lot of the movies that came out in like the 2000 era, like early 2000 era, were really good. Most of them were real. I think it's like the further we get, because there's so much more shit that they can do now, and like especially with a lot of people are playing on what's going on with the world to like make these movies.
And a lot of
now.
people aren't. Well, they're using CGI more wisely, but some people aren't either.
Yeah,
like I like the people who tend to not use a lot of CGI.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, Dead End is on I think Dead End is not on Netflix, you guys, but I believe Dead End you may be able to find on Tubi.
Hey, I have Tubi. Sure. Tubi be coming through.
Tubi is an inside joke here at the podcast
sometimes.
But I think you may be either one or both of them, if I'm not mistaken, is on Tubi, because all of the early 2000 movies are on Tubi. Let me tell y'all about Tubi. If you guys do not have Tubi,
get it. It's free.
Get Tubi. Tubi is free, and Tubi has over 1,000 movies,
classics
on Tubi, and it's freaking free. Every category that you can imagine is on Tubi. And the funny thing about it is, when I went to Tubi, they had live news from Fox 6 and Channel 12 and Channel 4, and it had me thinking, like, were y'all asses broadcasting the game? And I paid all this money to watch it.
I know they have it on YouTube now.
Yes. Was it on Tubi?
Not Tubi.
No. See, listen. I can't get regular TV in my living room because I don't have an antenna or anything to get regular TV. I can get regular TV in my room, but it was hot up there. But I don't get regular. So I did the free. This is a backside story, y'all. So I did the free 2-week trial for YouTube Live.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all something. This is so that I can watch the finals for my winning city, the Milwaukee Bucks. So I did the 2-week trial for YouTube Live so that I can watch the game on Channel 12, which is a free channel on our local live. But I don't get Channel 12 in my living room. So when I tried to cancel YouTube Live, it makes it so fucking difficult to cancel. So when you want to cancel like Netflix and Hulu and like all these other things, you go into your settings, you go to your managed subscriptions, and it says you hit cancel. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube Live, you have to click this, go in there, click this, and then they ask you these questions, and you have to go in this drop down.
Yep.
So it didn't cancel when I thought it canceled. Y'all, I woke up the next morning. Why they charge my account? $68 for YouTube
they
Live.
said you thought.
$68, y'all, and you don't even get all the good channels with YouTube Live. So I emailed them, and in my email, I was like, I tried to cancel before my 2-week trial. I was like, you guys make it so difficult to cancel because y'all just trying to take our money.
And they said, and you were just trying to watch the game.
So I was like, hell yeah, I was for 2 fucking free weeks. You shouldn't have gave it free for 2 weeks. So I wanted my money back. So I've been kindly waiting for a response because it said I will get a response within 48 hours. I have not gotten a response yet, and I keep checking my account, and they ain't gave me my $68 back yet.
YouTube knew what they were doing.
But I do get to watch it free, though, until the next month, which is so I'm about to go on this shit. Since y'all done took my money, let me see what the fuck y'all got on here and see what I can watch. But
they be having them classics, too,
$68, though?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I might as well, like, have bought AT&T or Spectrum or something for some $68. YouTube Live? $68?
YouTube Live is actually YouTube TV. Keep calling it.
Yeah,
well,
TV.
yeah, YouTube TV. My bad, y'all. Everything is live. YouTube TV. So it's just like for $68, but $68 though. Man, I was so. You know what I could have did with $68?
Bought some more shirts.
I was so mad. Yes, $68 was a trip to Hobby Lobby. I would have rather have done that.
You buy your shirts at Hobby Lobby?
I sure do.
Yeah.
$2.49.
We are off topic. This is what happened when we first got here.
But yes, these are my movies. I highly recommend them. They're early 2000 era movies, which are really good classic horror movies if you guys like that. So I give these two a thumbs up. I think I may even have one of them on DVD. If I own a movie on DVD, you know it was shit.
Right.
So I like it a lot. So what do you have for us?
Okay, so most of my previews were, like I said earlier, I do have one. One of my movies, obviously, was a classic horror story that I talked about earlier because they ended up getting lost in the woods. My second one is actually called The Farm. Okay. I don't know where this movie came from or where it streamed
y'all,
from.
the picture that when she sent this.
You were like,
I'm telling y'all.
I felt like I talked about this on here. I don't know I can't remember if I did. But this movie was
let me see
weird.
This.
Like I found this on the oh my God, thanks for all the love. I found this on my Fire Stick.
You and that goddamn somebody hook me up with a Fire Stick.
I got the
if
hookup.
there is anybody out there that I'm serious that can hook me up with a fire. I need a Fire Stick. I need one.
I got you. I got you. So yeah, this movie, The Farm, is basically about a couple. I think they're like in California. And now California is big now. Everybody always thinks, oh, LA. No, they have farmlands. Like they have deserts, vast deserts where there's not shit. So I don't know why this couple, what they're doing, where they're going, why. I don't think we really get that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they
Are
don't
they wearing
clearly.
Mask?
Girl. This movie.
Are those real animals?
No, they're people. So
no, I mean like the mask.
No, like not real animal heads.
Okay.
So basically, what happens is they end up. I wouldn't say that they really technically got. Well, I don't know if they really got lost or if they were just tired, but they end up picking this like really nasty bed and breakfast where I was like, no, I would not stay there. There are no, like, a clear sign to me in a horror movie. If there are no more cars outside and you're the only people staying, no.
Yeah, I'm not.
There's something wrong here.
Almost like a brothel.
Right. It's not even that. It just looked.
Or like those.
It looked dirty.
Movies.
They had. Yeah, it was like a hostel, like bunk beds, like.
Oh.
Yeah. So they end up staying at this bed and breakfast. After that, they go to sleep. They wake up in cages.
Oh.
in the middle of nowhere.
So
well,
then they were drugged.
well, she's in a cage. We don't know where her man is at yet.
Okay.
So then these people come out with these animal masks on, looking crazy. And basically, they're running a farm, and the cattle is humans.
Oh, are they selling the humans?
They're not. They're running.
Wait a second. Did that say they ate meat?
They are running a catering business where they're using these people as cattle.
Wait a second. So the people who are buying this meat don't know it's humans?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they don't know it's humans. No.
That is so nasty.
Yeah, it was gross. This movie was gross.
Now
when I tell
that shit
you,
can really be happening though.
oh, I'm sure most of this shit that we cover on really does happen
what
because
the fuck they sell?
who
So
thinks
they're-
of shit like this?
They're selling human meat.
Yes, they're selling human meat. They're also not only selling human meat, but they're using the women. They'll get the women pregnant so that their breasts lactate so they can make milk.
And they're selling breast
And they
milk.
put the little things on the titties like cows when you go to State Fair.
Oh my god, the Fire Stick be having some shit.
It
dude.
do be having some
The
shit.
Fire Stick be
And then
having some shit.
the whole movie, this like weird ass song is playing the whole movie. Like this
Were
is
you
what
humming it when the movie?
kind of. It was like nah, like. Yeah. So the girl, she ends up escaping
Okay.
somewhat.
Or so we think they escaped.
Yeah. She ends up escaping with her and her boyfriend. He ends up getting hurt, killed. She ends up finding another woman that's being held there captive. They end up trying to escape. But then they run into a bus filled with the people.
Oh my god.
So the picture that you were laughing at is actually how the movie ended.
That's how it ended?
Yeah, so it ended with them capturing both her and the girl, and
Oh my god.
they cooked them and made them look like pigs on this
Let
table.
me tell y'all about the picture for the screen for this trailer that she sent me.
Do we have it? Do they
like,
show it?
No, they didn't show it, but I'm like, the fuck is that? So normally what we do is we send our trailers in before our podcast, and you know how when you send your trailer link to somebody, it's the picture of the movie on your trailer link. So sometimes we're looking at the picture like, oh, what are they watching? What is this? So she sends her links in, and the picture has this naked ass woman with an apple or some shit.
Like how they pose pigs.
Yeah, in her mouth. She's all oiled down and slathered
cooked her.
with food grease or something, and she's on a table with all these people around her getting ready to eat, and the table is set with like food and vegetables and fruit, like a Thanksgiving meal. And when she sends this link, I was like, oh my god, this picture, like what the hell?
I said,
Because y'all know Karina be watching some crazy shit.
Yeah, I do. I like cult shit. I can't
Karina
help
be watching
it.
that weird shit, that crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
I like movies to go there, and this movie did go there because
I knew it was when I saw that picture.
it didn't have a happy ending. I was like, damn.
That is some crazy
I was like, oh,
mess.
they cooked. I was like,
you know, but I have
them.
seen a couple of movies though where they had got it was either like men or women or whomever, but they had got captured and tortured, and then they managed to escape. But when they thought they were escaping,
Oh yeah, that's always the
right. They like ended, like you said, ended like getting into a vehicle, or they thought the
collector,
or they think the police officer
Yeah.
is on their side and gonna help them, but he takes them back to like.
Oh yeah, that happened in
where they're gonna go.
That happened in a classic, like
It's always some crazy.
that classic
some
movie
crazy
that did
stuff.
that was also Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the craziest one was the sheriff.
Yes, that was another one too. I mean, as far as the whole thing goes, I'm not even gonna try to put myself in that situation to get caught up and get lost. I mean, I'm not going into the woods at night because some shit is gonna happen. I'm not getting out of my car if I'm on the road and there happens to be an animal out there. I'm not doing that.
The animal is fucking dead. Drive
And
around.
there's always a fucking abandoned house in the middle
Right.
of the woods. Like, where does this house come from?
I'm not driving through any woods anymore.
I'm not going going into the house.
After that trip, my ride back from Virginia, moving back here, when my dad got us lost and took this crazy, I even thought, I'm like, this is, and you do this shit in West Virginia? Like, we're gonna, this is where, do you realize this is where The Wrong Turn was filmed?
I didn't even want to go to the bathroom at some of the gas stations my dad stopped at when we drove to Mississippi because it looked sketchy. And I'm just like, I watched too many movies. Where are we?
Right. And I had to stop at like a gas station like that because I really had to use the bathroom. I did shit. Yeah. So I was like, you need to pull over now. I'll go in the wood. Well, look, see, I'll go in the wood.
Here you go.
But I'm staying close to wrong. That's another thing. Like in when I was watching a classic horror movie, one thing I don't understand is why when men have to pee. First of all, my nigga is just gonna go outside of the car. He don't care.
They gotta go way.
They go way in the woods, like
somewhere to piss. If you don't pull that thing
already
out
knowing some ominous shit is going on, like, well, I have to go. They always say the same line too.
Yeah,
it's time for me to go drain the main vein, or I have to unleash the dragon or the lizard,
or let me take a whiz.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, sir, you realize you
got to do that in private.
You're gonna get killed. Just
exactly
use a water bottle if you have to.
Oh my God, my son did that. He did that. We were driving and he had to go to the bathroom so bad. And all of a sudden, my daughter's like, what is that? My son actually peed in a water bottle. Right. And he was like, I had to go so bad. So we were holding on to it until we got to the garbage can.
That's all I'm saying. As horror movie directors, wouldn't it be more realistic if it's a woman who actually goes into the woods, being that we can't just whip it out and pee in a water bottle?
Because if I had a dick, I'm pissing anywhere.
Right, I'm pissing right outside the door. Shit. Even leaving the club, sometimes I'd be like, girl, pull down that alley.
I don't know. I can't squat and piss though.
I can quick.
I see. I'm a woman, and I don't understand how y'all stream. Just the stream is so straight in these women squat pissers.
It's a you gotta arch your back.
I don't know. Like maybe I got a problem because my piss be spraying all over the goddamn place.
That was also. That was also like 10 years ago when I was doing that too. Well, shit. Sometimes I do.
Man, that's a horror movie in itself. Trying to piss.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Pull over.
No, yeah, I don't know if it was.
If it was life or death. You use the door as a shield. You don't have to. I'm sorry, but if I have to pee, I have to pee. When we hold our pee, we get problems behind that. So you gotta go.
Yeah. So
I was just saying, I think it would be more realistic and instead of always having a man like, oh, I gotta go drain the main vein.
Yeah, because he can't do that.
Because you can do that anywhere, sir. So why are you going deep into the woods where you know something's chasing us?
Or most of the time, the women go into the gas station bathroom and they don't want to go because it's too nasty. So they end up like going somewhere else and then they end up getting killed.
No, I'm going right outside the door of my car. That's why you also keep, when you go to fast food restaurants, keep them little napkins, put them in your glove compartment for emergencies.
If I have to go anywhere where it's off the cut, there's nobody around, I'm just not doing it because I'm just...
Maybe I got this because like when we used to go fishing... That's what had to happen because especially when you go night fishing, which I would do a lot with my dad when I was younger, the bathrooms and shit at the place are closed or they're dark and they have no light in them. So I'm not going to go in there with a flashlight. No, I'm going right here.
That's some scary stuff in
Get me some napkins.
No, but there's been so many situations in movies that I watch. So I was like, I always like to Google movies that are geared toward
the preview for
our topic
for classic horror movies.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me watch.
You said
this
pig
real
lips.
quick.
They have animal mask in here too.
Yeah, but
this is the classic horror one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a good movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because you said the voiceovers are really good. I'm gonna give it. Are there subtitles too? Were those?
Yeah, there's subtitles. for some of the parts because, like,
So when it's English though, right?
yeah,
Okay.
there's one scene where a boy sing an Italian song and they couldn't translate that. I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been seeing this and I've been like,
it was
a
good.
little, but I did try to watch because I remember you asking me, did I watch that one zombie movie?
You know what the Army of the Dead?
And I did try to watch that, and I thought it was horrible.
You know what
I thought it was absolutely.
It was a lot of it was an action movie. It wasn't really
absolutely horrible. I tried my best. I
thought it was good.
Y'all know me when I always like start a movie, and when I get at least 30 minutes into it, I stay committed. I gave this movie 45 minutes of my time.
Was it because of
I just couldn't.
This is what I liked about it. That these zombies actually were smart and had a system.
I think it was the whole intro that threw me off.
The intro was sad as hell.
Like with the music and
Viva.
the whole stop motion on the person in mid action, and then like
yeah.
I thought it was cheesy.
It was a montage already to begin the movie.
The starting of the movie to me seemed like it should have been end credits. You know how end credits are in the movie? That's how it looked to me. I thought it was really cheesy. So I got through the whole intro with the music and the whole stop motion thing. So then I'm like, okay, let me see where this is going. So I started, I continued watching. They're acting, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. Like I like zombie movies, but I couldn't.
I like the zombies. Actually,
I gave that movie about 45 minutes, and I said, I'm not doing this.
I liked the zombies. I liked how they were smarter zombies. They weren't like just.
Yeah, I could not.
One thing we did forget to talk about was Fear Street. Did you watch the ending of Fear Street?
I did not watch the last one. I be busy. But I did watch the second one though, when they were at the camp. The second one was, but there was so much fucking sex in the second one.
That's what I didn't understand about the show. Like it was a lot of.
The thing that I didn't understand is they made the first one so geared towards teenagers, and so much of the first one was so much geared towards teenagers and like clean. Yeah. So to say like we want to try to stay away from
preteens.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you take us to this wild ass fucking scene.
Now they're now I heard that they're actually teaching preteens about sex.
I mean, school, okay, so if I was to watch the first, my youngest son did not watch the first one with me, but let's just say that he did watch the first one with me.
He wouldn't be able to watch.
And I'm thinking to myself, because the first one was so, PG, for PG-ish for teens, let's watch the second one. I didn't know they was fucking.
Yeah, they
were.
What the
fuck? How am I gonna cover his eyes from that?
Cover your eyes. Shit. Turn around. That's what I'm telling my kids. Because every time my dad told me to cover my eyes,
I did that with my daddy too, but I still peeked. Even though he peeked, he was like, "Cover your eyes," and I was like,
"You're better off telling me to turn around."
And I would like peek through, but I can still hear it though. So what good is it me covering my eyes if I can still hear it?
How about you fast forward this part?
Exactly. So I mean, it ain't doing me no good. I can't plug my ear. Cover your eyes. I can still hear it. But I did not watch. I'm excited for the last one because I like how it goes all the way back.
The last one was good, but again, you're gonna notice that there's a discrepancy here with how is okay. So they actually give the two. I'm gonna just say this. They actually in this third one they give the two characters, the mixed girl and the black brother. They give them a dad, and guess what color he is?
Mexican.
White.
What?
And then they got the black boy talking in this Britain accent. I'm like, come on.
He done changed up a whole damn accent.
He had a whole accent. Like, what did he say? Where I was like, get the. No, but it just.
Maybe I'll watch that tonight. I'll have to see how things are going.
I said, first of all,
I do have to finish that, so
I
will be watching that.
This would not have gone down at this. But I get what they were trying to do. They were just saying, they're not the real people. We're just throwing them. But still, y'all could have gave them a black daddy. Come on now.
Oh Oh yeah, especially because that boy all the way black.
He's black. Yeah.
Ain't no way that boy that black and his daddy white.
Right. And the dad was white with blue eyes, brown hair.
No, this boy was all the way
looked
black.
like Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Why is they doing that? Yeah, I don't even know. So are we wrapping it up or we keep
yeah, so what did you say you wanted the next week's topic to be about?
So are we coming back next week?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's your actual schedule.
okay, all right. So we're gonna come back next week for you guys, and we are going to be talking about urban legends. Just
Because
in the
Candyman.
whole aspect of Candyman being released in August. So we're going to be talking about different urban legends that are out there, urban legends that maybe you've tried, that
Like
you're
Bloody
scared
Mary?
to try. Yeah, we're going to talk
I'm
about
not doing that.
movies, just the whole everything urban legends. So next week at our normal time, because we came a little later today, but next week at our normal time, 3:30, we will be talking about urban legends. So catch us next week for that.
Watch some urban legends.
Yeah, I mean, or tell us about some. I mean, who don't know an urban legend? Everybody knows at least one urban legend that's out there. Everybody know at least one. So yeah, so we're gonna do that, and as always, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You make us enjoy doing what we do, and we will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.